Football Show is powered by the all-electric Chevy Silverado.
Welcome to the Pro Football Show presented by the Chevy Silverado. Check out the first ever all-electric Chevy Silverado. Visit Chevy.com to build your own Chevy Silverado or the Silverado EV. The regular season finale, Week 18. Happy New Year. We've got Taylor.
Happy New Year.
Happy 2025. Any New Year's resolutions, boys?
Get jacked, be better person, read a little bit more.
I'm going to read a book.
There
One
you
book?
go.
One
Yeah,
book.
yeah.
Do you know which book yet?
No. I'm probably going to read a Michael Lewis book because they always end up being movies, and then I can be like, book was better than the movie.
It's huge.
Yeah.
That
Big
is
Short,
huge.
Moneyball.
You should do like a book a month, but every book is like a children's book, whatever you're reading.
Yeah. Some of those children's books got a lot of fucking words. Like, I read a book last night to my son. It was Stregonona. You ever read that one? The Magic Pasta Pot?
No.
Fucking so many words.
Rue stuck on Fancy Nancy, and for the love of God, I hate Fancy Nancy.
Yeah.
Who's Fancy Nancy?
It's like it's
don't know Fancy
it's
Nancy.
tough fonts and everything. It's like, oh, this is a fancy word for this. I'm like, don't worry about that word. But yeah, it messes you up because in there and the font's off. It's like I can't read this book very well.
There'll be times where I'll read a sentence and be like, I didn't read that correctly. Like if there was anyone else watching besides my 5-year-old, they'd be like, do you know how to read?
Yeah, no, my son's still stuck on Goodnight Moon. We read Goodnight Moon.
That's a good one.
Any time of day, and he's not even 2 yet, so I'm still, Goodnight Moon at 2 p.m. all the time.
Yeah.
All the time.
My daughter's stuck on Harry Potter. We're like reading the Harry Potter books right now, and 2 nights ago she looked at me and she goes, "Daddy, I love that you read with me, but Mommy reads way better than you do." And that was tough to hear.
That's good though.
That's tough to hear.
That's good because then you just be like, all right, great.
Yeah, but I'm kind of sucked in.
It's a competition.
I love that.
You can't be.
New Year's resolution: beat my wife at reading.
There you go. Get your daughter's approval. Okay, so Dan, you are 133, 117, and 5.
Pretty damn good. 53.5% for the entire year.
Pretty
I
good.
saw you pull out the calculator.
I did. I pulled out the calculator. I was just trying to figure it out.
Of course he did. You gonna try to do that math?
Yeah,
because I've been losing.
Yeah, 53.5. What was it?
And what's Will? So Will's right at 500. Will's 125.
Will lost again.
124.
53.2.
I
right
am
at
at 500, which is positive on the year, I guess. But I'm in a pretty bad losing streak right now.
It's okay.
I did it again. I beat his ass again. Maybe next year, Will.
But it goes through
How
the
did
Super
you?
Bowl,
What games was it where you beat my? I feel like we were really aligned in the show last.
I don't even remember.
The last show, I think you guys were separate almost the entire show, no?
No, that was 2. When we did the Zoom, we were aligned and all.
Oh.
I'm just.
Oh,
I think it's going to be a
Gruden
bounce
and-
back week
I'm
for
just
us.
smarter
We're
than
both
you.
back.
And then it was Gruden and
Well, that's a fact.
Yeah, I'm smarter than you.
Yeah.
And then Taylor, you're 24, 20, and 1 on the
it's like
season.
Better than Will.
54.1%.
Better than
like
that.
that.
Nope.
Yeah.
Again, you can't read or do numbers. That's not 54%.
What is that?
He saw 4.
No, what is it?
It's not 54%.
It's got to be close.
It's got to be close.
It's got to be better than 53.21.
It has to be.
Shit, it's 54%.
Oh shit, that was from the hip too.
Damn it.
Was it?
Feels good to be great.
Damn
Did
it.
you use your calculator on that?
No, I
So
swear, I
many
don't even know how to calculate percentages.
Yeah.
Okay.
I clearly
True
don't either.
statement.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, when you said not 54, I was like, nah, I just feel stupid because it
No,
looks like it
it's-
would be close to
Right?
54.
The
I
numbers
literally,
are
while you guys
smaller.
were talking
Maybe
about
like
your records, I'm
55?
thinking to myself, I got to be somewhere in that 54
Yeah,
range.
somewhere.
Just praying I was right.
So obviously a lot of these games we're going to talk about. We've got a lot of guys sitting out, a lot of like playoff math that's happening, but we're going to start with the storyline games of the week presented by the Chevy Silverado with the Bengals and the Steelers. The Bengals -1.5. And obviously all eyes right now are on Joe Burrow and how good he has been. For them to get in the playoffs, the Chiefs have to beat the Broncos, the Jets have to beat the Dolphins. Dan, I'll start with you. Like obviously other things have to happen, but the Bengals being in the playoffs would be sick.
It would be sick. I predicted the course of events 3 weeks ago as my hot take. Everything's gone the way that I said it would go until here. I don't know if they'll get in because they do need a little too much help. I also don't understand why the NFL put this game second because the Steelers need this game as well. Because the Steelers, if the Ravens lose, which they probably won't, but I don't know why they didn't play the Steelers first. Steelers are still trying to win the AFC North, which would be, a home playoff game. If the Steelers lose this game, they might go all the way down to the 6th seed, which would be substantial because then you have to then go back and play the Ravens. I'm going to take the Bengals though. They're just playing out of this world good. Joe Burrow, he is going for, I think if he has like 350 yards and 3 touchdowns in this game, he'll be the 4th quarterback all time to go for 5,000 yards, 45 touchdowns in the season.
Good.
Just wild.
Lord, man.
And I want to just say, the craziest part about that stat, Peyton was 2013 Peyton, 2018 Mahomes, and then the other one is 1984 Dan Marino. Dan Marino doing that in 1984 is pretty insane.
Yeah,
It's fucking
back
nuts.
when it was all about running the
Right,
football,
right.
getting 5,000 yards.
Right. But yeah, and then Jamar Chase going for the Triple Crown. He should get it. I'll take the Bengals. They're back against the wall. The Steelers, I don't know what's going on with the Steelers. You hear it every single week. Like, everyone gets in front of the press car. TJ Watt, Cam Hayward, I think Patrick Queen even. They're like 10 guys are doing one thing and one guy's doing his own. And I don't know if that's been fixed. That feels like bad.
It's not good. It's not
They
good.
all keep saying that.
I know. And the few clips that I've seen on the Steelers, those plays were on Patrick Queen.
Oh.
Those plays that people are talking
Because
about.
people are saying
Travis Kelce
Cam
being wide open.
Sutton, yeah, but then.
Could be Cam Sutton.
Yeah.
I have no clue. I'm not in the locker room. I like the Bengals. I think the Steelers have a massive problem in the first quarter. They haven't scored a touchdown in the last 6 games in the first quarter, so they do not start very fast at all. Bengals will start fast. I feel like they'll get up on them early, and I feel like the Steelers just are not built to play from behind. So I'm taking the Bengals all the way.
Yeah, I think Russell Wilson started off hot to the point where we were actually in the locker room and I made a public apology to Russell Wilson because I thought he was
Should have done that. I never did that.
Turns out when I apologize, things go the opposite way.
Yep.
Russell's really done this. Well, Joe Burrow has kind of turned himself. If you took records out the window, I think Joe Burrow is our obvious MVP this year. Our obvious MVP. He's taking a team that has a really bad defense, gives up a lot of points, and he's got weapons on the outside, no doubt about it. But he is putting this team on his back. They're hot right now. They've won like 5 in a row. They're catching steam at the right time. Obviously, 2 other games have to happen for them to win. I think the Bengals take care of business, though, and control what they can control.
Joe Burrow deserves to be in the playoffs.
Joe Burrow I don't know if he does.
Joe Burrow does.
Joe
the
Burrow
Bengals
does.
don't.
Right,
I'm just saying,
Joe
Joe Burrow is a
does.
person, like, you shouldn't be that handsome and that talented and all of the things, like, objectively, my God, what a man rocket he is.
Yeah.
Like, it shouldn't be fair.
There was a tweet that went viral last week that was like, oh, I'm Joe Burrow.
Yeah, I
I have a
saw
fucking
that.
Batmobile. Every woman on the planet thinks I'm attractive, and it's like, it's true. Like,
Yeah.
he really does have everything.
Like, he got a
Fuck
Batmobile?
you, man. Yeah, he bought a
He's
million.
living like every 8-year-old's dream.
He has $1 million Batmobile and then has a swimsuit model as his house sitter.
Yeah.
Who may or may not be a lesbian.
Yeah.
We don't know.
I mean, he won that game against the Broncos 3 times, and it was the kicker and the coach fucking him up. So it's like he went 3 game-winning drives. He's doing everything. But yeah, the Bengals as a team do not deserve to be in the playoffs just because of who they've lost to, the games they've lost, the defense, the way it's played. But Joe Burrow's been out of his mind.
Yeah.
One final.
Okay.
I think the biggest flex is that his model house sitter would be a lesbian. I think that's like possibly the biggest flex you could have.
Oh,
Yeah,
absolutely.
it's crazy.
Yeah, it's strictly just friendship. Also,
He's got the best life.
He's got it all.
Congrats, man, Joe. Congrats, brother.
Hey,
God gave
Joe,
with every
congrats.
hand. Yeah, congrats on being just like the hottest man alive.
Yeah, congrats,
has
Joe.
It all. Hit a
Congrats.
perfect
man,
gritty.
come on,
too.
bust one with the boys.
Yep.
Okay, so speaking of needing other games, the Chiefs at the Broncos, because the Chiefs are sitting everybody, Carson Wentz is most likely starting. The Broncos minus 10.5. The Broncos need to lose to the Chiefs in order to help get the Bengals in. Will, big spread here. We know the Chiefs have already secured their spot. Do you think they could still do it with their backups?
I think Broncos win, but the Chiefs cover. I think Carson Wentz will get his chance to play. And again, defensively, we were talking about the other day, Taylor. But you sit Chris Jones, there's not going to be a lot of guys that sit on defense. They have a very good defense. I think they keep it close. So I'm going to take the Chiefs with the points here. And again, the last 4 times they've been in this spot, the Chiefs, their record is 2-2 when sitting guys. So I'm still taking the Chiefs with the points.
Taylor?
Yeah, I like the Chiefs with the points. I feel kind of spicy about taking the Chiefs overall money line because it's still Carson Wentz. He's still a guy that was an MVP caliber guy, was an MVP guy, and when he gets on the field, he's not going to play the game getting ready for the playoffs. He's playing the game to prove to 31 other teams that he's still a guy.
Yep.
You got talent on the edge like Hollywood Brown. He went down in September with a collarbone. He's still working his way back in. He's had a couple of catches, but you're going to have talent all over the field. Noah Gray is going to replace Travis Kelce. I think he's going to have a big game. So there's a lot of talent still on the field for the Kansas City Chiefs. And the Broncos, the situation they were in, they needed to win one of their last 3 games to make the playoffs, cement themselves. They've lost 2 in a row. So they're kind of doing this and they're scrambling a little bit. Bo Nix, ultimate pro guy. We love Bo Nix. But I can see the Chiefs pulling this one off. I can see Carson Wentz doing a Carson Wentz type thing and just winning this game.
I agree with you. I think the Chiefs could win this game. There's just so much pressure on the Broncos.
Yeah.
And the way that this season has gone at the end of the season, they've just struggled a lot. And you thought they were going to be okay with Riley Moss. He got torched.
He did. We took a big hit.
Yeah, that was tough.
I had
That
to
was
thumb
tough.
on that one.
But yeah, I think Kansas
Cam
City.
Scatterboo.
Yeah. Are you ready to
Cam
Scatterboo. Are you ready to admit the Chiefs are really good?
The Chiefs are a really good team. They're top 5.
Oh, okay.
They're not the
they
best
won
team in the
15
NFL.
games.
Yeah, I understand that, but they
Okay.
won like all of them within one score.
What does
They
it
know
matter?
how to win.
What
They
does it
know how to
matter?
win. The
What
Chiefs
does it
are
matter?
good.
They don't
They're
understand how
very
they
good.
got many-
If they win the Super Bowl by 2 points, you're going to be like, wow, they
Do
only
you
won by
think
2
the Chiefs
points.
are going to win the Super Bowl?
I do.
Do you have a future on that?
I do not.
Who's your future on?
I have one on the Chargers. That's it. 40-1.
Who you
Because I
thinking
believe in
about going
Harbaugh.
in the playoffs outside of the Chargers?
Eagles if Jalen Hurts gets healthy. He's in concussion protocol. So the Chiefs only have to win one game to get into the Super Bowl. Like they're gonna play. I mean, maybe it's the Chargers and it's tough to beat a team 3 times, but they're gonna play a Chargers, Steelers, or Texans in the second round at home. They gotta play. They gotta win one game. They gotta beat the Ravens or the Bills at home, and it's like it's Patrick Mahomes and Andy Reid.
Basically, what Big Cat is saying is the Chiefs are so good they get a double bye and make it right to the AFC Championship.
Essentially, like that 1 seed was crazy in the AFC because it's not like the NFC 1 seed where the NFC has, a Vikings or the Lions are going to end up being the 5 seed where it's like there's going to be dangerous teams no matter what. The AFC has 3 teams. It's the Chiefs, it's the Ravens, and the Bills. Would you guys agree?
Yeah.
There's no other team that's going to win the
The Bills
AFC.
put themselves in a hole by beating the Chiefs. Every year, the Bills.
I know, they beat them in the regular season.
And they lose in the playoffs.
But with the AFC picture, like the Ravens and Bills are going to play each other, and the Chiefs are going to sit there. They're going to fucking kill whoever comes to them in the first round, get the rust off, and then they're going to go to the Super Bowl. I hope they don't. I'm not rooting for the Chiefs to win the Super Bowl.
Listen, you're making a lot of good points.
I'm mentally getting myself ready that like come the second week in February, and we're all sitting here and being like, they fucking did it again. I at least will not be surprised by it.
Fair.
If the Bills go to Arrowhead, I will bet on the Bills, and I hope the Bills beat them. But I'm not gonna fucking I'm not gonna be like, holy shit, they did it again, because they're gonna probably do it again.
They're going to probably do it again, unless Joe Burrow and the Bengals get in the playoffs.
No, that's the dumbest thing ever.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
No,
I want him in the
literally,
playoffs so
2
bad.
years ago, we were sitting there with the mayor of Cincinnati saying that's Burrowhead. All those.
And
things.
what has happened since?
Their record.
And what has happened
They're
since?
like 3-2.
No, the Chiefs have beaten them 3 times.
So it's
And
3-3.
No, the Bengals haven't beaten them.
What are you talking
The
about?
Bengals haven't beaten them since
Joe
the
was
AFC
3-0.
Championship
He was
game.
3-0
I know
against the-
since then.
So they
But he's
won
saying
3.
since the mayor comment, they haven't
Since
beat
the
the
mayor
Bengals.
comment,
Yeah, but now
and
it's a
I
coin
don't
flip.
think the
Lost the
Chiefs give a
Now it's a coin
fuck.
flip.
The Chiefs don't give a fuck about the Bengals. The Bengals defense sucks. The Chiefs will kill the Bengals.
Not putting up a whole lot.
I do not. I
haven't scored 30 points.
You're the Kansas City Chiefs. Do you think Patrick Mahomes is like, man, I don't want to play the Bengals?
Yeah.
No fucking
No, that
way.
defense is so bad.
No fucking way. They've beaten them 3 times in
I
a
think of
row.
all the teams, it's probably what they're most afraid of.
No fucking way.
Joe Burrow.
No.
The
There's
defense
no
might
way.
be scared of Joe Burrow, but Patrick Mahomes is not scared of their defense.
I don't think Patrick.
If
Mahomes
you're a
is scared
Chiefs
of anybody.
fan,
That's true. Fair.
you should have zero fear about the Bengals. You should fear maybe the Ravens, maybe the Bills, but come on. The Bengals, their defense is so
Ravens
bad.
was literally 1 toe away.
Listen, there's an old saying: if you're in week 18 and you need help everywhere else, that's probably a sign you're not a great team.
That's a
crazy.
saying.
That's a saying. I just came up with it.
There's an old saying.
I just came up with it.
Philosophy.
I mean, you
Philosophy
make
by Big Cat.
Big Cat, you make the most sense. You make the most sense about that, especially how that was a masterpiece of
Yeah.
playing out the playoffs, and you are right about that. But
So
Look.
are the Chiefs the best team in the NFL?
no, the Chiefs are not going to win the Super Bowl this year.
Who's the best team in the NFL?
Vikings.
Okay.
No, Bills.
Oh, okay.
Bills.
Switch fast.
Bills.
He was
You got
so sure it wasn't the
Bills,
Chiefs.
Bills, Vikings, Lions.
Listen, if the Lions win on Sunday night against the Vikings, the Bills will be the first team ever to beat 2 15-win teams in a season. That's pretty crazy.
Yeah, that's why they're the best team in the NFL.
Yeah.
And that is why the Chiefs won't make it to the Super Bowl.
Bills defense is a little
But if they do make it to the Super Bowl, they will lose the Super Bowl.
Yeah, because he always.
That's why the Chiefs will win the Super
Always,
Bowl.
yeah.
Put your futures in now.
So speaking of that Vikings and Lions game, it is the game of the week presented by the Chevy Silverado. Sunday Night Football, the Lions -2.5. Dan, as you mentioned, the winner of this game gets the number 1 seed. The loser gets the number 5 seed. So Taylor, I'll start with you on this. The Lions, beating the 49ers the way they did last week. The Vikings beating the Packers. All eyes on this game. Who gets the number 1 seed?
2 teams with fantastic cultures. The post game last week of the Vikings of Kevin O'Connell watching his team put Sam Darnold on his shoulders and just sitting back and admiring that is beautiful. Dan Campbell also calling guys ankle biters. We're going to bite him at the kneecaps. He has a mentality about him that his team definitely reflects. The Vikings are 7-1 in 1-score games. The one being 8-1. Sorry, 8-1. The one being the Lions. And the Lions already beat them in Minnesota. I think the Lions win at home. That environment is going to be nuts. I told the story already. on the locker room. However, in August, we went to Detroit and watched the practice. Then some lady who was from Detroit showed us around the stadium. Tears welled up in her eyes, talking about what the Lions have done for that city. That city lives and breathes for that team, and it is going to be insane. I just think there's not a way the Lions don't do it this way.
What did you guys think about Dan Campbell playing everyone on Monday Night Football? I loved it. People were freaking out. This is kind of my whole point with Dan Campbell going for it on fourth downs that you don't like. They've set a culture and he's set an expectation. Everyone in that locker room knows what he's going to do. Yes. He's consistent as consistent could be. And yeah, I guess obviously you're like, oh, well, this game means nothing. I think it means like the Lions' edge, you can lose that edge if you go in that game and you sit everyone. Yeah. They wanted to go in and get revenge. They wanted to stay sharp. I think the Lions are going to win this game too. I do. Their defense is a problem. It's a very big problem. They're probably going to get torched at certain points in this game, but I think this is going to be such a fun game because I think Dan Campbell's not going to hold anything back. Ben Johnson's not going to hold anything back.
Right.
They're going to empty it. And actually, I have a question for you, Will, as a defensive guy, because I see this all the time when Ben Johnson does a trick play and everyone's like, why would you waste it on the Bears? Why would you waste it on the Niners? When you do a trick play in regular season, doesn't that make it more difficult for a team going into the playoffs where it's another thing they have to think about?
Yeah, you have to practice it on Thursday and Friday, like that one formation, that one motion, that one play that they did. You have to be ready. In this situation, is it on the fringe? Is it in the red zone? Yeah, it is. It's just an extra thing you have to prepare for.
Right.
And they're not going to run the same trick play again.
Right.
But you're sitting there obsessing about it, preparing for it. Like, hey, here's where this trick play comes, fellas.
Like the Jared Goff fake stumble play against the Bears. Everyone's like, why would you waste it on the Bears? Like, dude, now anytime Jared Goff has like even a little bit of a footing problem, just handing it off on a regular handoff, the whole defense is going to be like, oh, fuck, are they running that play?
Right.
Like, that's a crazy play to then put into the defense's mind. It gives you a little split second hesitation that you'll have every single time he goes to hand the ball off.
When the Packers were playing the Bears earlier that season, Jordan Love stumbled.
He actually stumbled.
He actually stumbled,
yes.
and the receiver got behind, and that's where Ben Johnson found that play and utilized it again.
Future Bears head coach, hopefully.
Is he?
Hopefully.
I heard.
Dude, it's literally all I have.
I heard some things.
Yeah, I know. I've heard the same things as you. Okay.
What did you hear?
About who? About Ben Johnson?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've heard the same things.
What have you heard?
You know, I talked to somebody yesterday. I don't want to say the take live because all of my takes I've ever had from somebody I've heard it from has always gone to shit. But I'll say after the show.
Okay, well, we know it's going to be shit, so why not just say it?
Yeah.
But he's
Not a
saying
leader
if,
of
he's
men?
saying if it's not on camera.
Not a leader of men. I don't give a fuck.
Okay.
I don't give a fuck.
He said it. That was it.
Yeah. I don't care.
Which is incredible. Why not Mike Vrabel?
I would love Mike Vrabel.
Why not Gruden?
Because he works for Barstool Sports.
Because he's.
We were laughing the
Our guy.
other
Our guy.
day in the locker room that hopefully you guys have like a no trade clause. Like he can't.
I would hope that he.
Like, hey, in this fine.
I mean, if he took the
print right
Bears
here-
job would be the only job I'd be like, okay, it sucks, but at least maybe we'll see him every now and then. It'll fix the Bears.
If he went to the Bears, like you would be even more of a Bear. Like,
Yeah, you should.
Yeah, I know. I would maybe.
a weekly
He
guy.
might roster me.
Yes. Inactive this week. Dan Katz.
You get to like call a couple plays. Every
Imagine
game.
if Gruden was the Bears head coach for 15 years and I beat Will in years in the NFL.
It'd be
Why you
incredible.
laughing? He beat you too.
Yeah, I beat you too.
That's all right. I just think it's funny.
Okay, Will, who are you taking?
I'm going with the Vikings. I'm going with Sam Darnold. I think it comes down to defense. Although Minnesota does come after the quarterback a lot, Jared Goff is very good, and that offense is unreal. I just think the Lions have a lot of question marks on defense. They have injuries everywhere. I think
No, go ahead. Keep going.
I think when you watch what the Vikings do offensively, and somebody like Justin Jefferson, who wants it just as bad, I said it last week, as the bottom guy on the roster, when a play breaks down, his effort, his speed, like they got guys everywhere. Addison, who's the other receiver, 83?
Naylor?
Yeah. Like they have studs everywhere. Aaron Jones out of the backfield. I just think what they have going on in Minnesota, they're one of the best teams in the NFL that just doesn't get talked about in that category with the Bills and
I agree.
everybody else.
I agree.
Kevin O'Connell, Coach of the Year. I like the Vikings.
Yeah. No, I just was thinking like they do blitz a lot, but the Lions' offensive line is elite and like
Best in the league.
You have to get pressure with 4 at some point.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like you can't just blitz the whole game because the Lions will just have a guy open every single time.
Right. Because the Lions do have a ton of weapons.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's going to be an awesome game.
Awesome game.
Yeah,
And
it's great.
the fact that it's like an extended playoff. Like they're playing for a
Right.
1 seed.
Yeah, I
a
know.
bye.
It's
or if
huge.
not,
One or
you're a
five
fifth
is
seed and you go on
fine.
the
You gotta
road.
go on the road. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Okay, let's go to the playbook picks presented by DraftKings. Watching your team is nice, but why not make that a win-win? Our partners at DraftKings are all about winning. Right now, new customers just bet $5 and you get $150 in bonus bets if that bet wins, no matter the odds. Use promo code PRO. Again, that's $5 for $150 in bonus bets if that bet wins, only at the DraftKings Sportsbook. Okay, Will, your playbook pick this week is the Commanders at the Cowboys.
Yeah, I'm taking Commanders. I'm taking momentum going into the playoffs. Last week, I was swinging at the air, screaming at the TV on that touchdown they gave up to go into overtime because they're in a cover 2 red zone defense. And the guys are, when the ball is being thrown, they're at like the 3 and 4 yard line versus having the heels on the goal line. But I'm going with the Commanders. Again, I think this team is a wagon going into the playoffs. I think they can do some damage in the playoffs, but they have to get a win against Dallas, and they have to what's the word I'm looking for, Big Cat? Revenge. They got to get one back on the Cowboys from the Cowboys beating them a few weeks ago.
The Cowboys are so bad.
They're not that
I mean,
bad.
they're not. Yeah, I mean, they're not. They've won some games as of late.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I know the Eagles are that game last week was horrendous.
Cooper Rush is really bad against the Eagles. He's played
Yeah.
him 3 times. I think he has 330 yards total against the Eagles in 3 games. I'm taking the Cowboys in this game.
Okay.
I think there's just there's got to be an emotional letdown a little bit for the Commanders where it's like you make the playoffs. That game was electric. That last drive by Jaden Daniels was out of this world good. They're in the playoffs. I know seeding is still up there, but there's just a little bit of like, hey, we did it. You know what I mean? We're in. And I think there's a little they get caught.
They can't sit that way because their defense has to
I know.
have something going into the playoffs. Because that's their big question mark.
So, I mean, this is a question for you guys that have played, like, Week 18, the Cowboys obviously not in the playoffs. And I know a couple weeks ago they played spoiler, but, like, what's the vibe in that locker room? Like, going into Week 18, like, this is the last game. Like, aren't they counting down to, like, Cancun or something?
Yeah, they're counting to Cancun,
Absolutely.
but they're also saying, hey, let's ruin somebody's season for a little bit.
And there's a lot of guys that are probably, especially with Mike McCarthy, we don't know what's going to happen. There's a lot of guys that are playing for their next contract somewhere.
Yeah, at one point, when you don't make it to the playoffs, you know there's going to be a massive change at the head coach and a lot of assistant coaches. That name on the front gets a little more worn out, and that name in the back gets a little more bolded.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, Taylor, are you taking the Commanders or Dallas?
I'm going to take the Commanders. I'm going to ride with my boy. I think this game is worthless in so many ways, but I like the Commanders.
Okay.
I like Daniels. I like their vibe right now. I like the energy. I'm going Commanders.
Okay, of course.
a wagon?
Yeah, I take that back. I was sitting here thinking about it. I was like, I shouldn't have said wagon because they're not a wagon. Like, offensively, they're really good, but defensively, they're not. Yeah.
Offensively, they're a wagon, maybe.
Yeah, could be below
Half a
average.
wagon.
But and I'm glad you brought that back up. The minute it left my mouth and I finished that entire thing, I was kind of sitting there, I was like,
Yeah, I mean, Jaden Daniels is a stud, but a wagon.
yeah, I like the Commanders
I
are
wish
not
I had
a
Jaden
wagon.
Daniels.
No, he would have sucked for the Bears.
Why?
Because everyone sucks for the Bears.
So it's not Caleb's fault.
I've said this before when we drafted Mitch. If Patrick Mahomes got drafted by the Bears, he would have got hit by a bus. Like, that's just how it goes.
So, speaking of the Bears, your playbook pick, Dan.
I wish they would forfeit this game. I wish they would just not play this game.
So, speaking of.
I don't want to play this game. I'm so exhausted. That was one of the worst games ever last Thursday night. They did cover, though. I'll take the Bears, I guess. I don't fucking know. The Packers are playing everyone, so Jordan Love stinks. Fuck Jordan Love. He does. He just throws off his back foot all the time for no reason.
It goes 11-5.
But he misses throws because of it. Well, hold on. He went 9-5. Malik Willis went 2-0.
You're right.
Okay? So
Against the Titans and who else?
I'm just saying. Malik Willis, I think Colts, went 2-0.
I'll take the Packers.
Yeah.
Based off the way Big Cat just talks about the entire Bears franchise, if a fan is
so
feeling that
bad.
way, you know the
It's
locker
so
room's probably
bad.
feeling that way.
so
I'll
bad.
take the Packers.
It's very bad.
I mean, they lost.
Shout out Matt LaFleur, too.
They did cover, but it's 6-3. Like, they can't score right now. They
can't do anything.
They can play defense. They can run the ball well.
There's a lot of finger pointing from the defense to the offense after that game.
Yeah.
Where do we stand on Caleb, Dan?
We need Ben Johnson. That's where we
men.
stand. We need Ben Johnson. We need Ben Johnson. We need Ben Johnson.
You need Mike Vrabel.
I would love Mike Vrabel.
Who would you rather have?
Caleb needs.
I think I'd rather have
offensive-minded head
I'd rather
coach.
have Ben Johnson, but if it was Mike Vrabel, I would be just as happy.
What about Mike Vrabel and Arthur Smith at OC or Ben Johnson?
I could be in for that. I want Ben Johnson because I want the Bears to do something they never do. They never fucking go and get the best guy and pay him a shitload of money. They're a fucking cheap mom and pop organization. Do you know how much the Bears? Do you know how much George Hallis, who's Virginia McCaskey's father, who Virginia McCaskey's still alive, 101 years old. She's whatever. Do you know how much he do you know how much he bought the Bears for?
How much?
$100.
Really?
$100.
Great investment.
Great investment.
Sell it for
They've fucking
$200.
done nothing. I said that they should if the Bears were moral and just, they should just do a raffle and one fan gets to buy the team for $100.
$200. You got to make profit.
$200, fine.
That's 100% profit.
Done.
Okay, Taylor, your playbook picked the Dolphins at the Jets.
Yeah, Dolphins have playoff implications. Jets stink. Jets get mopped. Aaron Rodgers goes on the sideline, says, hey, how about Tyrod? But I think in this situation and wanting the Bengals to get in the playoffs really bad, I'm going to take the Jets. I think Aaron Rodgers and the Jets, that marriage has not worked out the way it should. But Aaron is a great villain in these types of scenarios to take the Dolphins out in division game, and also kind of leave on a high note, which I think he won't be at the Jets next year, is a very Aaron Rodgers thing to do.
Dan?
Yeah, I'll take the Jets.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just there's no reason for them to win this game, so they'll win this game.
That's why.
Will?
Yeah.
I'll ride that.
Okay.
I was thinking Dolphins because it's like,
I mean, statistically, defensively, offensively, everything,
Yeah.
Dolphins are better.
Yeah.
But the
I think it
villain
is
role
Tyler
there.
Huntley again, though.
The villain role is there.
Yeah.
And again,
And also,
I want to see Joe
it's
Burrow.
Week 18. There's like a handful of games that actually matter.
Yeah.
And in this situation,
no, I'm going to go
that's-
Dolphins.
Yeah?
Yeah. I mean, they're in the same exact spot as the Bengals, but they don't need anything from the Bengals. They win, and
Right.
the Chiefs.
And that's why the Jets will win.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll go Dolphins. I'm going Dolphins.
Okay. Let's go to the Fireball Rapid Fire Picks of the Week. We'll go ahead and take that shot. Warm yourself up. The Rapid Fire Pick segment is presented by Fireball Whiskey. So many things make football great, but you know what the best thing is kicking the living shit out of your rival. I'm sorry, Dan. We've got the Bears at Green Bay this week, and Fireball Whiskey is here to give you that spark to ignite the rivalry all season long. Grab your football buddy, buy a round, and reignite that flame. Okay.
Oh, wait, I forgot one last sad Bears thing. Trivia question. When was the last time the Bears won a road game on a Sunday?
2019.
No, not that bad. Come on.
2021.
2021. Week 15, 2021.
That's bad.
Nick Foles in Seattle.
It's very bad.
That's crazy.
That is bad.
20 in a row. Sunday
It's
Sunday road
2025.
losses.
Yeah, it's now 2025. It's gross.
Long time ago.
Okay, so Will, I'll start with you. The Browns at the Ravens. The Ravens minus 18.
A lot of points, but I'm taking the Ravens. Browns suck. I mean, I don't know why they're not playing Jameis. They want to tank. I'm going Ravens. I think they get rolling going into the playoffs.
Yeah, agreed. DTR, I've just made money off DTR. He's not an NFL quarterback. They keep putting him out there.
Yeah.
He's started 5 games. The offense has scored 37 points total.
Why do they keep throwing it?
I don't know.
They want a better draft pick?
I don't know. But it's,
I saw they
it's-
redid
if they keep
Deshaun's
putting DTR
contract.
out there, I'm going to keep betting against DTR. No offense to DTR.
Yeah.
No disrespect to each
No
other. I'm
disrespect.
taking the Ravens.
Ravens?
Yes.
Okay. All right, Dan, the Saints at the Bucks. The Bucks minus 13.5.
The Bucks. Yeah, I'll take the Bucks. I mean, they do have to win, obviously, to win the NFC South. They also have, like, Baker's got a lot of incentives. I was looking at Mike Evans got some incentives.
Mike Evans got a big incentive.
He's got $3 million, I think, if he gets 85 yards and 5 catches.
5 catches, 85 yards.
Baker gets 500K. It's
a good prop right there.
Yeah. Baker gets 500K for every statistical category he finishes top 5 in, and he's like second, third, fourth in like all of them. So it's like he still has to.
Good props.
Yeah, good props. So yeah, I'll take the Bucks.
Taylor?
Yeah, Bucks for all those reasons.
Bucks.
Bucks across the board.
Bucks.
Okay. Taylor, the Bills at the Patriots. The Bills minus 2.5.
Bills. It's simple as that. Patriots are they're done. They're washed. Getting beat by the Chargers the way they did last week. They're looking for next year. There's rumors about them shopping Drake May to go take Shedeur Sanders, and then all these different things. They're already looking to the offseason. Again, let me get the Bills.
Dan?
I'm going to take the Patriots just because Gerard Mayo's coaching for his job, even though it is his job to coach. And I think the Bills will probably sit some starters in the second half. So here's a fun thing that I'm going to try to figure out. I'm going to crack this code. You can follow me on all my socials. The Bills have tied the record for most amount of players to catch a touchdown pass in a season at 13. And I read a report this week that they're pretty pumped to maybe get that record. So we got to find who's the 14th guy they're going to throw to.
Okay.
Because that feels like it's like they're going to do that as like a team win kind of thing.
Yeah.
Barstool Big Cat.
At Barstool Big
At
Cat
Barstool
on all
Big
my
Cat.
socials.
Barstool Big
Yes.
Cat.
Follow me on
Yes.
all my Snapchat, TikTok.
Do you actually have a Snapchat? Probably.
I do not have a Snapchat. I have a TikTok, but I don't know how to log into it.
I'm going.
You know what? I'm going to release this pick on TikTok.
Or somebody is.
Yeah,
Somebody's
yeah,
going to release it
yeah,
on
someone's
Barstool
gonna
Big Cat.
do that, yeah.
Yes. Okay, Will, who are you taking?
I'm going to go Bills here. Even though Mayo, he is coaching for his job, I think they're kind of looking to the future. Yeah, his job is to coach. Again, follow Barstool Big Cat. But I am going to go with the Bills.
Okay.
Even if they set a lot of players in the second half, I think Bills.
This is all leading to my hot take, by the way. So I have to set it up. So that's why I took the Patriots.
Quite a tease.
Yeah.
Quite a tease. Okay, Will, back to you. The Giants at the Eagles. The Eagles -2.5.
Eagles. I'm going to go Eagles. Giants got a big win. They scored 45 last week against the Colts, but I'm going with the Eagles. I know Saquon's not playing, but again, I feel like that team has as good as talent across the roster, even their depth. I like the Eagles.
Dan?
I'm going to take the Giants. I mean, Eagles are sitting everyone. Although Tanner McKee, he might be the future.
Did you think that Saquon would play to try to beat the record?
I did.
I thought
did.
it was, yeah.
I think it was a tough decision.
Try to get 100 in the first half, and then
Reading everything, it
He needed,
was.
he needed 101.
Yeah, reading everything, it sounded like a tough decision, but they got bigger goals. Yeah, I'll take the Giants. They're so stupid. They're going to win this game and end up with like the 8th pick.
They're so stupid.
So
No.
stupid. They're so
winning
stupid.
last
Drew Lock
week.
running that touchdown last week.
They're
Just-
so
To
stupid.
lose the #1 pick.
God, lost the #1 pick. Yeah, I'll take the Giants. I took the Eagles, but that's what I thought. Saquon was playing. I knew Lane Johnson really wanted him to get that record. Well, he's not playing, so I'll take the Giants.
Okay. Dan, Panthers at Falcons. Falcons -8.
Panthers are scrappy. I'm going to take the Falcons, though. The Panthers have a shitload of injuries on defense that you could see when they played the Bucs last week. I think J.C. Horn was out. I think Josie Jewell was out. You know, Chuba is out for the season. I'll take the Falcons.
Taylor?
Yeah, I'm going to take the Falcons as well. I think Penix, they see a little juice there. They're going to open up that playbook quite a bit. Be like, let's see what we really got in this guy in the last game of the season. I think the Falcons cover.
Will?
I like the Falcons as well. Panthers, they had a little bit of swagger and energy coming off that win a couple weeks ago. I think just getting destroyed by the Buccaneers last week, they're just going to limp in. They're ready to get over.
Yeah.
They're ready to get the season over with.
Okay, Taylor, the Texans at the Titans. Texans -1.
Pass.
Pass, okay.
This is the Titans are wearing the Oilers uniform,
Yep.
which is bullshit.
Why?
Because it should be the huge. I mean, I think we both agree that they should play this game for the uniform.
Yes, I agree with that.
It should be a uniform.
I agree with
game.
that.
I'll take the Titans. Titans are the worst team against the spread of all time, 2-14. But the Texans aren't playing anyone, I believe, and they're banged up. They're limping into the playoffs. This is another one where it's like, yeah, I guess the Titans might just win this game.
Do you know who all they're sitting?
I don't know.
Collins is sitting. I think Stroud's sitting.
Dude, I'm going Texas because I feel like after 2 points last week, you got to have something going into the playoffs.
Got to have something.
Gotta have something.
They also lost to the Titans the last time they played.
Yeah, that's true.
This is a
2
game though.
points.
Like Titans at home, the other team's sitting everybody. This is a game the Titans lose. This is a game the Titans should win, and they are going to lose because of
There
that.
you go.
Which
There you
sucks.
go.
I hate the fact that the franchise is in this position right now. They have way too much talent to be as bad as they are. I think next year, I'll have the same hope as I do every year. They'll be 17-0.
Is there a part of you that's like, though, like, yeah, the Titans have never been the same since I left?
Yeah,
I would do that. I would do that
Little
for
piece,
sure.
little
Like, you guys needed me.
yeah.
Small piece. Glue guy. I was a glue guy.
Culture.
Because
Yeah.
I'm literally every year I'm thinking to myself, they haven't been the same since us and Bo Pelini.
You're telling yourself that in the mirror.
Yeah.
They needed me.
One more year removed from the '90s, we become the regime. That we're trying to
gold
get back to.
standard, yeah.
we're becoming the gold standard.
Okay, so the boys are going with the Texans. Dan's going with the Titans.
Yes.
Okay. All right, Will, the Jags at the Colts. Colts -4.5.
Don't care.
Yeah.
Don't care, don't care.
Don't care. I'll take the. Give me the Jaguars.
Can I take the over in this
Give me the
game?
Jaguars.
Can I just take the over?
Sure. I mean,
All right,
I
I'm
don't-
just going to take the over.
What's the
You're the boss
what are the
here.
points?
It's like 48 or something. Joe Flacco's
44.
going to fucking throw. It's 44, great. My model had it at 48. The Joe Flacco's going to throw the ball everywhere. Mac Jones is still playing. He's kind of in that situation where he's trying to play for a backup job somewhere. Defenses suck. Fuck it. Indoors, fuck it.
Taylor?
Oh, you're taking over.
Yeah, I'm just taking the over.
Jags?
Just give me the Jags.
I'll take the Colts then.
Okay, just for
Shout out
fun.
Quentin Nelson making another Pro Bowl.
Yes. Chugged faster than him at the Beer Olympics.
Boom.
That's a
How
fact.
much
You'll
faster?
never get that back.
Way faster, and I told everyone, including Quentin Nelson, like 6 times, and he was like, dude, you've told me this 6 times. I was like, I'm a little drunk. He's like, dude, it's 11:30 in the morning.
I mean, I feel like you
So he was
keep
kind
telling
of,
him.
it was kind of one of those, I won the battle, he won the war.
Yeah.
Because I chugged faster than him, but then I was blacked out, and he was like, I was like a teacup that I drank.
Have you heard the rumors? Have you heard the rumors about Beer Olympics?
No.
I heard.
Back to Vegas?
We could only pray. The rumors are that next year's the last one ever.
Oh, then I'd have to say I'm.
You
Wait,
have
why?
to.
Because you're too old?
I would
Yes,
love a
it's exactly
retirement, yeah. I mean, it fucked
33.
me up for like 2 weeks.
Dude, no doubt.
It was like, I did not feel normal for
The big
a
thing
long
that
ass
one of
time.
us is trying to get changed is less fluid.
Yes.
Less fluid.
That would be
way we
great.
can have and get it done more in the middle of the afternoon, so that way we can just have a little pool party on the
Yeah.
We're just
And
playing
also,
into the dark.
I want Bakhtiari no touching rule. Because he made me puke when he fucking slapped me in the back. So I want that.
You got handled that day.
Yeah, I mean, listen, I came, I complained.
Taylor's dry humping
Hey,
you
play
on
the clip of me
fence.
dry humping him, please.
No, but I actually handled you guys when I put on that ref uniform, and I had you guys so mad.
That shit was.
Just blowing the whistle.
I thought
and
we were on
everything.
the.
No, Taylor looked at me with murder in his eyes.
Well, it was.
I think I was telling Taylor, hey, he's helping us.
No, and I was like, he's not helping us.
I wasn't.
But it was like, I was already frustrated.
Yeah, I know, because
Will
it
was so blacked out. And then
The
you came
longest
in,
game of beer
and
pong
you were like,
ever.
you were just the last guy to say something.
Yeah.
I was like, I gotta fucking.
It's like when Vince McMahon would put on the ref uniform and just fuck everything up.
Dog.
This can't end. I mean, these memories.
No, it's definitely got to end.
This next year, if it even
gotta be
happens,
it. It's gotta be
2025
it.
will be the
It's
last
gotta
one.
be it.
It always makes me laugh though when anything with Shane Gillis goes viral. Like the picture of you like
Yeah.
choking him out in the pool is always in the
gotta
replies.
end, though.
Always.
The way he acts sometimes, I wish I finished. it.
Just ended it for him.
Yeah.
Okay, Taylor, the Chargers at the Raiders. The Chargers -5.
Hardball, Chargers.
They're playing for a real seed. This is a correlated thing. It sucks because this is how Week 18 works. If the Ravens win, Steelers lose, you got to take the Chargers. So I'll take the Chargers.
So what if that doesn't happen? Are you going to flip? Or are you going to have a little contingency?
You know what? I'll just go Chargers.
Part of me wants to take the Raiders.
But if
Connell, real
the
dude.
Ravens are probably going to win. Chargers are playing the Bengals. We want the Bengals in. So
Or
we're all
Steelers,
playing-
Bengals, yeah.
I'm sorry. Yeah, we all want the Bengals to win. The Bengals will probably win. So this is why you bet on the Chargers.
And Chargers would then have to play the Texans, which they can win that game.
I like the Raiders. I like the Raiders. Give me the silver and black.
All right, Dan.
Amir Abdullah, anytime touchdown.
Prop. There you go. Thanks to DraftKings. Dan, the Seahawks at the Rams. The Seahawks -6.5.
Seahawks. Jimmy G playing for the Rams.
Jimmy G.
Jimmy G. Rams are. I mean, they packed in. They're ready to go. They're it's
Cancun.
playoffs. No. The Rams are in the playoffs. They're
right.
ready to.
Oh, I see what you mean.
They're,
Yes,
they're ready to get
okay.
healthy. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, give me the Seahawks as well.
Okay.
Yeah, Sean McVay said he's sitting everybody.
Yeah.
And again, yeah, they don't have nothing.
Jimmy G.
That
They're locked
sucks.
into their spot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's
Okay.
nothing to do,
Just nothing.
which is great. That's such a good feeling.
How does Jimmy G feel about this though?
Opportunity to prove yourself.
Yep.
Okay.
Everyone's got their own storyline.
Okay, Taylor, the 49ers at the Cardinals. Cardinals -4.
Do we care?
Josh Dobbs. Revenge game.
Do we-
Can you do a Josh Dobbs revenge game if he's played for 18?
No.
Yes, you can.
Yeah?
Yeah, you can.
Give me the 49ers.
Okay.
Cardinals.
Cardinals. Okay. Will's with
Cardinals.
Cardinals.
I don't fucking know.
49ers on a high note.
Yeah, I mean,
George Kittle,
Yep.
play for those boys. McCaffrey,
George Kittle.
RIP to our boy who's not playing.
Just want to
the
say,
hospital,
George
right?
Kittle,
Hospital.
only
fighting
the
for his life.
only the 4th tight end all time to have 4 or more 1,000-yard receiving seasons.
Wow.
Quite
Put a
stat.
fucking gold jacket on that guy.
Have to.
how many has Travis Kelce had?
Like 7.
7 for Travis Kelce, 4 for Gronk, 4 for Witten, 4 for Kittle.
I'm pretty sure Travis Kelce had 7. The record 7?
Yeah, he's got it.
Because he was
he
just
has
short
the
a few
record.
Yeah,
yards
okay.
last year.
Yeah.
I know, but there was I think there was something going on with the 8. I thought there was a record there. Obviously, I'm wrong.
Yeah.
49ers.
Okay.
For the boys, for the vibes. Fred Warner.
Okay, Dan, you've been setting it up. You said you've got quite a hot
Yep.
take.
All right. So here's the hot take. I think the Patriots win. I think the Titans win. I think the Ravens win. And then the Cleveland Browns will be on the clock with the number 1 pick. What? You don't like it?
No, I love it.
Cleveland Browns.
I love it.
They somehow found a way. They're on the clock, number 1 pick. And I
Shador?
No chance Dion lets him go to Cleveland. No chance. No chance.
So who do they take then?
I don't fucking know. I don't know.
You can't take Cam Ward at number 1.
No, I don't think so.
What's the dislike for Cam Ward?
I don't get it.
No, I don't get it either, but
He's so good.
Yeah. He is so good.
Yeah. Didn't like how he sat out the second half.
I don't give a fuck.
why does that piss you off?
Why do you care?
Why do you care?
Why do you care?
Because
For the Pop-Tarts Bowl?
Hey, and I haven't said nothing.
I don't give a fuck about what the
I
name of
haven't
the
said
bowl
nothing,
is.
but Taylor knows this is 3 versus 1 right now.
Who
Yeah.
fucking cares?
The reason why I care is because if you play sports and you happen to fall into the gridiron and play that sport, even for 1 year, it is the ultimate team sport. You have 11 guys playing for each other. And yes, that bowl game doesn't fucking matter. None of the bowl games matter except for the playoffs. I get that. But if you go back to the root of why you play the game and what you learn what the game is all about, it's about playing for those around you, something that's bigger than yourself. So when you go and play the half, to get a record that shouldn't count because it's not the regular season, you should finish out the game with
I have a
the
question.
Or don't play. Don't play and say, hey, I'm not going to play this game because I'm doing it for the NFL.
But then if he doesn't,
hang on,
no,
hang on,
wait,
but
hold on. Okay, so
Hang on, yeah.
Follow up?
Why does it matter if he's going to leave at halftime and play at half? Why would you be like, just tell us you're not going to play?
Just tell us you're not going to play.
But they all,
I'm sure everybody in the facility knew.
knew. Everyone knew.
If everyone knew, I said this on Bussin'. If everyone knew, great, fine, that's dandy. Whatever. But if you went at halftime,
Everyone knew.
Everyone knew.
Also, let me ask you a question. Would you, as an offensive lineman, if you were blocking for Cam Ward, which one would you choose? Winning the Pop-Tarts Bowl or blocking for a record-breaking quarterback?
I would block the same no matter what.
But I'm saying, like,
Devin
don't you
Gardner.
think
I have a
breaking
question.
that
I have a
record?
question.
Yeah.
Say the AFC Championship happens when you guys lost to the Chiefs.
Sure.
You tear your ACL.
They were up. They were 2 quarters away from the Super Bowl.
2 quarters away from the Super
I'm
Bowl.
glad you remember that.
But let's
2.5.
just say by the time you got back, it was week 17 and 18 of the season. The Titans are out of the playoffs,
Right.
but you're able to get out there for your first time back. Are you going to play? Or are you saving yourself for the next year because nothing is on the line? There's no benefit. There's no upside of you going out there to
Completely
play.
different.
Why? He's got
why?
millions of dollars on the line.
Yeah,
Exactly.
he's a
So
potential
why play
top
the game?
Because
You
he was
saw
getting the
break
record.
The record doesn't count.
It does
counts
count.
to him.
It
No,
literally
He's in the
counts.
record. He gets the record in the first. It's regular season.
But no, they changed it so bowl games count. Ashton Jenney was trying to get the record against Penn State.
That's bullshit too.
All right, last question for you. You
That's bullshit.
You hate.
You guys are all bullshit.
Last question
he
for you.
didn't
You
play-
hate. I assume you dislike Malik Neighbors.
No, I like the lead neighbors.
Oh, okay. Because he literally did the exact same thing last year. He played till he got a record and then he sat.
Yeah, I didn't say I don't like Cam Ward. I said I don't like what he did.
Okay, you don't like what Malik Neighbors? Where was that same energy?
I honestly didn't even realize.
Exactly.
it was an echo chamber on social media.
Exactly.
Everybody wanted to be like, oh, he quit. It was like, no, they knew he was.
He knew he was going. How
just
did
decided to
I
have an
know?
opinion.
How did I know? How did I know and bet Iowa State?
Huh?
How did I know Cam Ward was going to sit? And I bet Iowa State.
I don't know, Dan. Get your crystal ball out and
I'm
tell me
just saying.
why.
How did I?
Why does
Because
Dan know
everyone fucking
everything?
Knew.
Everyone knew.
Everyone knew
Everyone
what the
knew.
plan was.
And
if I know,
No one sent me an email. I checked my AOL
If I
account.
know-
I didn't see shit.
but if I knew, Miami knew. If I knew, Miami knew.
and that's fine. Then
Okay.
we're good.
All right. And Malik
all
Neighbors
good?
did the same thing.
It's everybody.
Which
good.
is crazy. You shouldn't do that. Don't fucking play.
But you're saying that if
Don't fucking play.
they're going to play for all 11 guys, if he sits out the whole game, he's doing the same thing. You're
No,
saying he's
it's
quitting.
different.
It's not
It's
different.
different.
I'd rather have the record. I'd rather have been
have
on
the
the team
record.
with the record than win
I'd
the
rather have the
Pop-Tarts
record.
Bowl.
That
Yeah.
record's getting broken next year, bro. By Bryce Underwood.
You want to bet?
That's his hot take?
No.
Is that your hot
Yeah,
take?
my hot take. Michigan wins the next 5 national championships. That's my hot take. Enjoy the NFL show.
Will, do you have a hot take?
No.
Okay. Perfect.
I mean, hot take.
Hot take. Chiefs
Perfect.
don't win the Super Bowl.
Hot take's just what I want to happen. I want the Bengals to get in the playoffs.
Yeah.
Yeah, no,
So
I want that
I
too.
want all those dominoes to fall for
Yeah,
them to get in the
I want
playoffs,
that too.
Which feels like a hot take.
Okay, so the Survivor pool picks, we are in week 18. Will, you are up 2 points on Dan and Jerry.
1 point.
1 point. Sorry,
Yeah.
2 points. Dan and Jerry both have 1 point.
Good job, Will.
Yeah, good job, Will. So we are going to reset in the playoff.
Mm-hmm.
So everybody has to take one a day. Jerry is not here, but he is taking Denver today. So,
I'm taking Baltimore.
okay. And
I
Dan?
don't have Baltimore. Fuck.
Yeah, Dan, you can't take the Seahawks, the Ravens, the Bengals, the 49ers, the
I will
Bears,
take
the
the
Falcons.
Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
You can't take the Bucks, okay.
Tom, constructive criticism. It could be easier if we know the teams we can pick.
Constructive criticism, Tom.
Constructive criticism, Tom.
Yes.
So-
Sometimes you play all these gymnastics, you're like, man, I picked like 10 teams out here.
I noticed
How do
you
you
guys
figure out
also
which
took
ones I
out
can
the fourth chair guy. He can't do it now? Didn't you guys do that last year?
Yeah, I don't know.
Fourth
I don't
chair
know what
guy
happened.
was here throughout the season. I don't know when it got dropped.
Okay.
Oh.
It's all right.
What would your pick be?
No, I don't get to
hey,
play.
Tom just said they kicked him out when it came to a three-way tie, so like last week or whatever.
Okay. So I don't get to
Because
play.
the guest chair just hasn't won
Yeah.
a point. Like it just hasn't.
Well,
I'll figure out what we'll do for the playoffs. We maybe do a pool or something. We can do something fun.
And Jerry has asked multiple times like what the bonus bet is from DraftKings, so you probably should figure that out too.
Okay, we'll figure it out, Jerry.
Where is Jerry?
He's doing his hole-in-one.
Oh, that's right. SoFi, right?
he's
Yeah.
doing it again?
He's doing it again tonight in Florida.
Jerry texted me over the break, and he's just like, I should have opened a pizzeria. Then Dave would have given me money.
Hey, what a cool video.
Yeah, it was
That was
great.
really
That
cool.
was
The
awesome.
snow
Awesome.
and all that. Okay, anything else, fellas?
No,
Happy New Year.
Happy New
New
Year.
Year.
Happy 2025. Read more books, right, Dan?
read more. No, read one book, which would be more, but only one.
Not a children's book.
Not a children's book. One book. I'm not gonna fucking go crazy. One book. I gotta figure out what book it's gonna be.
Read the four agreements.
Read Sapien.
What's that?
Read
It's like-
Meditations.
Oh, you do the weird fucking books
I haven't read
where you
Sapien.
try to get yourself like pumped up.
Yeah, oh yeah, self-help books?
There's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah,
No.
no, I'm a
I
big
think-
nonfiction guy, but the Sapien, I haven't read that one, but
If you
it's
need
massive.
to read something to be like, oh, I gotta fucking try hard at my job, you're a loser.
Yeah, it's got to be crazy. It's got to be crazy to go look for something else to make yourself better.
Like, come on, just.
So what kind of
I'm
book are
trying-
you
I'm
going to read? Like
trying
a
to-
fiction
I don't
book?
know. Maybe history. I don't fucking know.
Dan's just a cool guy bully.
No, I'm not.
And people-
In the
I'm just saying that those
Take a
things
light
don't
to
do
it.
anything.
Make yourself
You're gonna
better.
go-
No,
you're gonna go to
no,
the
that's not what I'm saying.
motivate yourself.
That's not what I'm saying.
gonna drink
I
more
just
water,
find those
bro?
books are so silly because it's like you
I think
you have
it's
to
cool
do it
Cam Ward got
yourself.
the record.
It sounds like you
Well,
fell
it
off the
is.
wagon. You're scared to pick up a book that might get you back on the wagon.
All right, so give me
Might
a
change you.
self-help book.
Compound,
But half of
compound
the
effect.
well, half of the things he does are like
Atomic Habits.
Atomic Habits. That is what I've cracked open.
I'm not going to change anything.
You should
I am
read.
who I am.
Hey, you should read Good Energy by
That's
Casey
the-
Means.
Come on.
All right, Atomic Habits.
Yeah, Atomic Habits. It's a
We're
great.
gonna be like, oh, you got to fucking, wake up at 4 a.m.
just be texting you before you up.
No, but is
Let's
that what
FaceTime and
Atomic
pull
Habits
something.
is?
No, it's like breaking
wake up
bad
at 4 a.m, climb Mount
good habits.
Everest,
Building good new habits.
drink like crocodile cum, and then you'll be the strongest man ever.
No, those
I
are
bet that-
those are Taylor books.
Yeah.
Okay, all right. Atomic Habits. I'm gonna read Atomic Habits.
No, you're not.
Testosterone.
No, he's not.
Yeah, that's
Probably
just
not.
one book.
There's one book. I'll see you. Who wrote Atomic Habits? Some dude who has 1,000 sniper kills.
You know I'm not good with
Release.
names.
What?
You know I'm not good.
Who I can't relate to? It's like a guy who's 100 times more of a man than me, telling me, and I'm just gonna be like, all right, dude, I'll probably just sit on my couch and have a blizzard.
It would be very.
I don't know.
It would be very funny to have a recap of Atomic Habits from Dan amidst our group text where there's also farts.
Yeah.
That's what.
All right, Atomic Habits it is.
Okay. All right. We'll see you guys for the
Can
playoffs.
you give me the book?
Yeah.
Sign it. I want to
Write something motivational.
Yeah, I want a Will Compton signed Atomic Habits.
Okay.
I have the quote too.
Great. Stay in it.
Yeah.
All right. We'll be back for the playoffs.